Alright everyone, Papercut here with another replay review, this time with O-Town Brown. I'm pretty sure I've reviewed him before, he says I has. I posted on Reddit offering some reviews, and he graciously offered up another one of his games. Unfortunately, when I posted that, I then had a lot of things come up, work and personal life-wise, so I didn't get to watch the games he specifically wanted, but he mentioned that 2TC has been a real struggle for him, and luckily he had a game on his replay where he played against 2TC English, his exact thing he hates. So let's see how he handles the 2TC English and what he does. Now here's the key what I've watched. I think you have a couple options against 2TC English. One is that you 2TC yourself. So you make one knight to fight against his king, and then maybe even two knights so that you could harass if you push the king away. And then you go 2TC yourself, and then you macro that into castle, and then you guys fight it out in castle. Which it's kind of a battle between your knights and his spears and crossbows. You could do mass arbitraire. Arbitraire are very, very good because they have both melee armor and ranged armor with the pavise shield, so they're just generally very good. Though against mass longbows, that might be rough. Now, considering the map, though, an all-in is really interesting because there's just so much openness on this map. Everything is pretty far away, and if he 2TCs, he has to really invest in the farms to get safe food because he'll run out of food pretty fast. Like there's like a lot of sheep on this map. So generally, I would say on a map this open like Himiyama, your best bet is 1TC all in. Now the key here is that you can't lose units as you're harassing, but you want to be asking yourself, like, wherever he sets the second TC, what else can you attack while you're waiting to be able to do a ram drop and push. So if he drops the TC on gold, his wood will be very wide open. If he TC drops on wood, then his gold will be very wide open. And you just make knights until he starts making spears. You flip into archers, build an archer mass, go rams. And that's what you should be doing. You should be aggressively diving to pop a vill here and there, not overdoing it so you're not losing knights or getting them too hurt. And then you're building up into a push, which is incumbent on the defensive player to set up well for that. If he overinvests in farms and doesn't get enough spears out, you'll wipe him. If he invests too heavily in units, he won't be able to get castle, and your units are better, and you eventually should be able to just out-muscle him, unless you just take way too long. That's kind of the theory, in my opinion, of how this should look. Right, aging up. I would only age it with 4. And then I would rally up to like 10 on food. Then you put 4 on wood. And then you rally, you want to get to like 8 to 10 on gold. And then once you have the food and gold ready to go, then you start, basically when you decide I need to start adding archers, you start rallying to wood. And you get archers. But until you feel like you need to actually start making archers, don't go too heavy on wood. Just keep making knights. And make sure you can consistently make knights. Base 3. Okay, we're going to speed up a little bit here. I guess the question is this agent with 5 worth it? I guess you get the age up a tad bit faster. One thing I would want though, and part of the reason that I would have wanted to do 4 on school cavalry, is I would have liked already 4 on wood so that you can get wheelbarrow. I think an early wheelbarrow is really, really good here. Especially because wheelbarrow affects all of your villagers. Sorry for any coughing or sniffling that I do. I'm still recovering from an illness. King's coming out. You saw him going on stone, so you know this is a 2TC play. I like that you're waiting for the king to come out so you can track him. First knight's on the way. Now we're getting on wood. Good, good, good. First knight's out. Okay. So now the thing you want to be checking for is, where is the TC going down? One, if it goes on gold, you could actually harass this. This is pretty far away from the TC. You could get a vill or 2 if you go straight there. Now that means potentially that his knight is going to run over your side, but I would suggest this first knight goes straight to where you think the TC is going to be dropped, which is most likely gold. And the second knight is the one that defends if he decides to come over to your side with his king. The thing he might just do is just chase your knight with his king. So then in the end, you're just putting pressure on him. If you can get a vill or two while he's dropping the TC, that'd be pretty good. I don't think you can stop the TC, but you can definitely harass it and make it difficult. Yeah. Let's watch from your perspective here for a second. Watching your camera view. Knight comes in. And so here already, first mistake. Too passive. Immediately too passive right here. You're just chilling on the deer right here. The second he backed up, you should also be circling, because if he had, let's see. He hasn't even started dropping the TC yet. So if you circled right now, you could potentially catch him dropping that TC. Instead, you backed up. You have to be, on these 2 TC plays, you have to have a really aggressive mindset. Rally knights to here, and then keep poking. When you poke on this side, he'll chase you, and then the second knight comes in, tries to get a poke. And it's a lot of APM, but you have to practice trying to do, like, if you can get 2 knights attacking at once, that's the goal. And remember, they don't need to chase. Hit, maybe kill a vill, run away. Hit, maybe kill a vill, run away. And the movement of his vills is the thing you really want. That's going to cost him a lot of eco. I noticed you pulled wood vills. I assume you're going to go to deer here. You're already running low on sheep. I would have pulled sheep vills down to the deer and just kept rallying to sheep. But had these first group of vills go down to the deer and start doing that first. Pulling wood this early, you still need a fair amount of wood. You want your upgrades. You want to get double broad axe. You want to get wheelbarrow. You want to get survival techniques. I would actually, instead of rallying off, I would have taken the food vills, put them on deer, not all of them, like half of them, and then rallied some to gold, because you're gonna need more gold to get your upgrades and keep making knights. Remember, you don't want to start making archers until you see spearmen, because you want to just use the full power of your knights while you can to raid. Okay. Man, so this is why you want early wheelbarrow, because doing boar like that this early without wheelbarrow, your villagers are taking so long to get there. So putting an early mill on the berries and getting wheelbarrow before you head out would really speed up this process of getting there, because right now you're just moving so slow. But a nice consistent night production. See, what are we looking for? Right now you're playing as if he's somewhat... Why are we going to these deer? I understand wanting to take your opponent's deer. This is too aggressive, and it's taking too long. Just go on the deer that are close. This actually makes it easier for him to raid your vills and hurt you. And I would rather you just be on the safer wood. I'm in the safer food. Second, you're acting like you're expecting him to at any moment get on resources. That's not the case. He wants to play very contained, so you need to be diving him right now. See, if these knight had come here the second he backed away, you could have poked him off this, potentially killed a vill or two, really slowed down his second TC. You also have this complete open in the wood line. He doesn't have enough wood to drop a mill. This is very easy pickings, just diving in and getting a vill. So like, you have all these opportunities here. You have to take those. If you don't, you're just letting him set up, which is the thing you don't want him to do, especially when you're being aggressive against the second TC here. Didn't lose a vill, nice. Get survival techniques. You're going on deer and boar, so get survival techniques immediately, and wheelbarrow. Ooh, you just pulled a lot of vills on the wood. Okay, so his only defense, this king, is not near base. These knights should be feasting. It's like, where is his vills? They have to be on wood. He needs wood. And he's probably on gold. You can dive both those things. So you don't want to dive them heavy, but you want to dive them enough to try to get a vill kill. Then you want to immediately get a archery range and then a blacksmith. But this knight is fine to charge the king. Now you have complete opening to raid. Like, he does not, like, if they're doing a second TC, they don't have the wood to make a barracks yet. They don't. So you have free reign to really go in there and raid. And look, he even does the wood line at the back of the base, not even near these TCs. This is wide open. But you're just sitting, you're not being aggressive. You're French, you need to be aggressive. And look, his one king caused a lot of idle time. Now, he did lose it, so it's bad on him, but like, he caused idle time to you. You're not causing idle time to him right now. You're focusing way too much on getting on these food sources on the map. You're on the food sources. Use the food sources you're on. Instead, without wheelbarrow, you're sending units across the map. So this is slowing your eco. You still only have 3 on gold. So now that you have food, you can't even make knights. Yes, getting on the food is important, but it needs to be matched with consistent unit production and pressure. Right now, you've focused way too much time on just doing eco, which is giving your opponent time to set up their eco. When you have these, you have 6 knights. He has a king. That's it. That's it. And now he's getting the wall up. This is the wall that he can't be allowed to get up. You're over here. He's off wood. He's off wood. Like, he should be getting no wood right now, just because of how aggressive you can be with 6 knights. But you're allowing him to set up completely. This is what you should be looking for. If you're looking for what you could be doing better in 2TC, did you have openings to attack? Where were they at? Did you take those? Why not? That's what you should be looking for in your gameplay against a 2TC. Because that's what I'm seeing right now. It's a complete lack of aggressiveness. Too much focus on food eco, and now he's using 1 knight to make you scared. You have to drop wood on towers. That's another thing. Since you're taking such aggressive food, you feel like you have to tower, which is once again slowing down your ability to get out units. Blacksmith ASAP. Why are we defending? You're defending with 6 knights against 1 king. Now he's finally getting spearmen out. He got his entire wall up, and you just let him do it. You have 6 knights. You could run through here and just kill Vils. You might lose a knight or 2, but he has nothing to stop you. So that's the biggest issue I'm seeing right here. This is a waste of knights. And look what he's doing. He's being aggressive. He's diving. He's pushing you off resources. Look at this. Crazy. Why are you sitting here? Sorry to sound angry, but it's like, you're French against 2 TCs. And you're just sitting here. And now you're going to chase him with all of your units. Make sure you always try to put a mill in between the deer so you're more efficient on the gather. You have 1900 food. So here's another thing. Resource balance. What do you need? Check your villagers and ask, what do I need? I need gold. You're on all these really good food resources. You need so much gold to consistently make knights. You could be on 2 or 3 stables right now of how much food you have. All you need to do is match it with good gold. But really what you're missing is, you got air defense. Go! It blows. Like, how do you think you're going to win this game? This is like a theory question. How are you winning this game? If your opponent went 2TC and you're not attacking at all, how are you winning this game? Because right now you're letting your opponent just sit here. He gets the white tower up right in front of his farms. He gets a wall up. Like, of course you can't beat this. You've done nothing to set yourself up for victory. The second he gets the white tower up, you can't push anymore. So why'd you let him do it? I'm taking a picture of this right here. And because I'm going to title it the most scared French player of all time. I'm trying to get the point across. You play French, your mindset is aggression. It's diving, it's killing. And now you're attacking at his strongest point. He has the white tower up. Why are you attacking now that he is at his strongest? He has spears up. He has the white tower up. Your army is big, but his defenses are now good. You need to drop like 4 rams for this to work, but he is so passive. You still don't have wheelbarrow, by the way. Which your villagers are so far along the map that wheelbarrow is really important. And you had to make horsemen because you didn't have the gold to make knights. Go le bleu. This is just gonna be... You need like 4 rams to kill a white tower. Even if not more. And right now he's just making units. He's casting, he's just making crossbows. He's just making spears. See, the way he played this, that's what you should have been doing. He is raiding consistently. He has 3 knights and he is tearing you up. He had 1 king, he pushed you off resources. You had 7 knights and refused to step into his base at all. This white tower is just so strong. No, you gotta kill Vils. You gotta kill Vils. First, throw up the White Tower. You got the White Tower down, but it costs all of your units. And he's just been hunting your Vils. Yeah, man. I hope you learned something from that. The biggest thing is just aggression. There's a wide open map. There's very few places for villagers to hide. So all you have to do is make sure he doesn't get walls up and just raid. And then once you get enough archers, drop rams and go. You just can't let him set up like that. You just can't let him set up like that. Alright, next replay we have is Cheeseburger Walrus. Love that name. He's a plat player. He's obviously trying to learn Abbasid. So he's playing a lot of quick play matches trying to learn Abbasid. So he wanted me to look at an Abbasid game. Let's check it out. You're playing against OT, Order of the Dragon. I love Order of the Dragon. I'm a big Order of the Dragon stan. Played them since they came out. Everyone hated them. Now they're better. I was there first. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But the key here is that I'm guessing you want to do the Eco Wing multiple TC meta, which is really good if you're good at defending. Now what's the problem here? The problem with wetlands is there's not a lot of sheep, so you need to get on the map for food. There's not a lot of berries either, so berries is like your main way as Abbasid to get quick food. So any player with their salt when playing against Abbasid on this map is just going to keep you off food resources and make you to make farms. Now your farms are cheaper with the Eco Wing, but still you have to spend resources to make them, and that takes time, and they're not amazing food resources. So if he just makes units and attacks you, and you're not quick enough on making counter units, you're going to lose. So that's the thing I'm looking for here is, how will you counter Order of the Dragon? Because Order of the Dragon is all about, do you make their counters quickly? They don't have very many units, so it's vital that the second you see what units they're making, you're making their counters, and you're making them quickly. Oh, he's going to do... Oh, don't lose your scout. Don't lose your scout. Don't lose your scout. Oh, no. I honestly, I would drop a Vil and make another scout. Reason being is you have to know what he's making. You have to know what he's doing. If he shows up with a bunch of units and you don't have the units to counter that, you will lose to Order of the Dragon. You have to see that, because it's really quite simple. If you see what they're making, you make the counters, you win. Is he making men-at-arms? Make camel archers. Is he making horsemen? Make spears. Is he making archers? Make horsemen. If you make their counters, they lose. They are such a counter-reliant civ since they have so few units, but that means their counters are especially good. Are you making 3 TCs? Why are we doing 3 TCs? So here's the thing. You'll see top players do 3 TCs because they're really good at defending and they're really good at resource management. If you're still learning, you're still learning these concepts. And so doing 3 TC will often mean you're just not making enough vills, you're not putting the right resources, and you're making defense harder for yourself. I would suggest you do 2 TCs for now, or an easier way to think about it is you should do 1 extra TC than your opponent. So if your opponent is 1 TC, you go 2. If your opponent is 2 TC, you go 3. He's doing Aachen into just attacking you, and you don't know it. So here's the thing. If you and another scout come down and you saw men-at-arms, you know to make camel archers. If he goes castle, you need to make pure camel archers, and then roam the map, killing him with camel archers, and stopping him from getting relics. But right now you have no idea what he's doing. Is he rushing castle? Is he attacking you? Being this in the dark is not a good feeling. Also, when you're on 3 TCs, you should have, as you have here, 1 TC just on wood, and you need to be just constantly adding farms, because you're going to burn through food so fast on 3 TCs, even with your villager reduction, cost reduction. He's dropping a ram. All you need is 4 camel lancers. Not camel lancers. You need like 4 to 5 camel archers and just kite them. A few horsemen down here, though, would be huge to push him off eco. Here he comes. Wall's not going to cut it, my man. Horseman ain't going to cut it. Now he's at castle. So what went wrong here? Your scout died and you didn't remake him. So you didn't know what he was doing. If you had saw him making those units, that was a very easy prep to stop that. 4 to 5 camel archers. And you stop that, just kiting him. and then you could sacrifice some vills repairing the town center. Instead, you made horsemen, which is the exact thing you shouldn't have made against this comp. And now you're probably going to lose a TC, or at least lose units. And even then, now he's going to go castle, and you're nowhere near castle. Which these horsemen would have been better used raiding his eco. His eco is wide in the open. He's on archers. I mean, he's on deer. He's on wood up here. Way wide open. You should be down here raiding his wood and food. And since he's hit castle, you got to immediately start trying to deny the relics. Which you can. If you just make camel archers, you deny the relics super easy. Look how tanky these guys are, and they're not even upgraded. Good hold though, but that was just him buying time. Now your eco should still be a lot better. Even if he gets relics, your eco should just be really good, but you need to have consistent eco, so we're not making vills here. Vill count is 60. This is 39. You should actually be probably a little bit more ahead. He did kill some vills. You should start taking pawns too. Just pawn it everywhere. Once you age up, it should be camel archers and lancers. A 4th TC? Why? You're not even making out of all 3 TCs right now. Oh, you are. But what's a 4th TC gonna get you, my man? Like, the point of the TCs is to boost your eco, and then use that eco boost to get down like a bunch of farms and stuff, and then push with like an immense army that you just keep making. You overwhelm him. You're not even using your army for anything. The second you kill his men at arm, the second you start to push, these units should have gone across the map and been harassing him. Let's look at his base. Once again, no scout, right? So you don't know. You should make another scout. Wide open. You just saw his villagers over here, wide open. He got all the relics for free, and here's the thing. If he lives long enough, or he has another TC, or he goes imp or something like that, the relics will be a huge eco boost for him because he went regnants. You're not punishing him by attacking. You should just attack right now, even with feudal units. Use these units to harass, keep running around, and while you're doing that, age up. Like, you have units, use them. Especially because you're almost to age up anyway. Like, right now you're just letting him exist without doing anything. Here comes a push. It's a lot of spearmen, which your camel archers will counter very easily. Just kite. Just keep kiting, keep kiting. Line formation. We have an age. Oh, we're about to age up. Okay, good. Knights and camel archers. That's my suggestion to you. Even, I know he's making spearmen. Just knights and camel archers. You're gonna do crossbows? Where's your front line? Crossbows and ghulams? His men at arms are really good against your ghulams, though. You just have to outmass him. Once again, when you making counters, you put 0 pressure on him as well. Here's the thing. He's starting to wall up, but like 3 camel archers are so good at raiding. Just send 3 camel archers to the corner, see if you can catch him on something. But he just hit imp, so now he wants to sit here and just get his villager count up. You're at 97. He's at 67. Here's the thing, if he catches up on vills because of the Swabia, but now has all the relics, he's just gonna out eco you. There's just like there's a lack of aggressiveness here. And once again, I think the greed is really hurting you here. You went super greedy, which hasn't actually gotten you much yet. You can survive this guy, all the farms up though, but you have to make the units. Like the stone walls. Scout, you have no idea what he's doing. So once again, you never are checking what he's doing. Then he shows up with something to fight with. And it's like, do you have the counters? Yeah, I guess this time, but like, I don't know. You're letting him do stuff without checking what he's doing. That's not great against Order of the Dragon. push right now. You just wiped his army. Time to push. Push, 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 push. Also, you have... I'm about to say, you have so much stone. Just start dropping keeps everywhere. So these are elite gilded men at arms. You gotta kite these bad boys like crazy. And not only that, he has cannon towers, which you cannot attack unless you get siege of some sort. He's getting his farm set up. You're at 120 vills. He's at 97. Eco. His eco is way better than yours. He's under Aachen. His villagers carry more. Because here's the thing. His villagers do more than your villagers. So, and he has free gold. A lot of free gold. So now his eco is officially better than yours. And he's an imp. So this is the issue where if you do this level of greed, you have to be really efficient at then hitting your next age up. Because you should not have attacked until you hit, like, you should have pressured, and then when you saw he had units and stuff, you gotta back up and get imp. Because if you don't get imp, you're not fighting this. You took too long. Like, there were times earlier in the game when you fought him the first time, your horseman should have gotten raided to buy you more time. Now you just took too long, and that's why this ultimate greed is actually hard. I think 2TC would have been fine. If you 2TC'd into attacking him, make a lot of camel archers and attacking and raiding him with a few horsemen as well, you would have really disrupted his eco and made his life a lot harder. But instead, you sat back and let him do everything that he wanted to do. And he also got to just attack you and do free stuff like that as well. Like getting all these relics for free, that's tough. Age up? What do we age up with trade wing? You can start trading, yeah. Just stonewall here to here. Okay, now you're in defensive mode. You just gotta get the trade up. What's your comp gonna be? So the key thing that you could have noticed here is that all his cannon towers were at the front. So you could hypothetically assume he has nothing in the back. So you could try to raid around. He didn't even wall the back. You could raid around the back, get his farms in the back, which would be pretty big. And this is where, when you hit imp, my suggestion is it's pure horsemen. Age up your horsemen all the way to elite, and then have them run in and keep raiding. And then you probably do hand cannoneers and spears. You want something you can mass, and you want to make sure you only have, you're not over spreading your gold. So you go pure hand cannoneers. One thing you could do is veteran camel archers and do full upgrades on them, which would help. That would be nice, because they get biology and incendiary arrow. Or you could do mass hand cannoneers with spears. Another thing you could do is golems with mass archers. Archers with their full upgrades and the composite bows are very, very, very good. So like just doing a mass of archers, which are cheap too. So you can mass them like crazy. And just keep kiting, use golems to soak damage. And even against heavy units, they shoot so fast. They're very, very good. And they're much cheaper. But yeah, you have a lot of comp options with Absid. You immediately get Grand Bazaar because you want that secondary resource. That's why Absid trade is so good. You need that secondary resource, and don't leave the traders. That's free spawn. Oh my god, that's so many units. Yeah, once OTD gets a death ball like that, it's pretty hard to stop. Also, that's also why you kind of need hand cannoneers against Order of the Dragon. You need something that's high DPS. God damn. Still holding though. Nice, nice, nice. You really need to get the full level farms. Nice. Golden food. Once you get the golden food trade rolling, all you gotta do then is just mass gold units. But once again, I'm still a fan of spears and hand cannons because you can mega mass spears and use the hand cannons to do the work. Villager raid. Oh, he's raiding on the sides. Where are units? Where are units? He's raiding. He's raiding. He's just doing pure infantry. If you just get a huge range mass, that dies. Like, if you can get like 20 hand cannoneers, you're fine. 20 to 30 hand cannoneers. You just can't lose your hand you just can't lose your hand cannon mass. Now you're getting composite bows. Yeah, and if gold becomes an issue, mass archers is good. He's just trying to attack you from every angle to distract you. Get the stone wall back up. His income is so good. Jesus Christ. Now what you can play towards is, if you can survive this, eventually he will burn through his gold, and then that's kind of your opening, because you already have trade up, but you have to survive till that point. He has 4,000, 8,000 gold left. The thing is, with his relics, he is just chilling. Yeah. Tough. It's you hyper greeded and you weren't efficient at then using that greed to quickly propel into mass wave of units that he can't stop. I hope you learned something from that. And on to our last game. And on our last replay review of this the set here, we have, I don't know if it's Bear Rock or Beer Rock. What's good, do Boo Rock? Playing the French. He's a gold 3 player. He said he's kind of recently picked up the game and playing it. He was interested in getting some tips on his gameplay, and he is against a Byzantine player on Nagari. So this is a classic where I think no one's going to fish, which is fine. I think people in gold, hell, even plat, probably don't need to mess with fishing. That's something you can add as you start climbing up into plat. But this is usually a map where both sides would fight over fishing, funny enough, but I have a feeling that won't happen. So we have French versus Byzantine. Now, normally this matchup is set up where the French player is hyper aggressive with knights, trying to go into an archers, into rams. Byzantine is trying to survive until their eco kind of pops and they can push back and beat the French player. So it kind of depends on how good is the French player's diving and aggression and ville attacking versus how good is the Byzantine player's defense. And how good do they set up their eco? Because the Byzantine eco is better than the French eco, but they have to successfully set it up, defend it. Excuse me, I'm going to be coughing a little bit, just still recovering from an illness. So we are going, let's speed up a little bit here. So Birok did warn me that what happened here is the Byzantine player rushed him, and he was surprised, and he lost. So I'm interested to see how well is he scout. Okay, so first indication, you see a barracks before. Has he made any spears? Going now. So you see a barracks before he's aged up and he's just going to gold. So that should tell you spearman rush coming. What's the spearman rush? The purpose of the spearman rush? It is to get your gold. First of all, already there is an issue with your age up. So look what you did. You know you have a perfectly timed age up if you hit 400 food and 200 gold at the same time. But currently you're on wood, you don't have enough gold, and you have way too much food. So what you need to do instead is, one, I would look up a French opening build order. So I'd go to YouTube, do French build order, AOE 4, and any of them will do, even old ones, because it's probably still the same. So just to make sure that you are efficiently getting to fuel as fast as possible. You don't want to do this thing where it's taking you too long to get the fuel. Especially as French, it is vital you're hitting fuel quickly, so you can then put the pressure on and be attacking. But if you ever see this early barracks like this, I would send a couple extra villas to gold, because you want to get as much gold as possible till they show up. And if he only shows up with 1 spear, you can just fight him with your villas. But if he shows up with like 3 or 4 spears and a tower, then you want to get enough gold to get a few upgrades, back up, and then adjust from there. So he has 1 spear, right? Oh, a second spear is coming. Okay, in this case, then yeah, you need to. Why are you dropping a house right there? Please tell me you don't actually build the house there. What do you... I was just gonna say, don't do that. He's gonna burn the house down. So what do you do in this situation? Let's see what he does. You need 4 on food. 4 on food to consistently make villagers. Immediate archery range. Great. Is he building a tower? No tower. So literally all you need to do No, don't do this. It's a waste of time. One, I would have kept my scout near base because I want to see if it makes a tower. If it doesn't make a tower, all you need to do is make 2 or 3 archers, go back out, tower it, and get on gold, and you're fine. Doing this is just a waste of time. You're going to take your gold back here anyway. It's a waste of resources. Because now he's going to show up with spears. Like, what? You're making your archers. Why are you... Just be patient for a second. He hasn't even aged up yet. You have time. You just wasted 50 wood on a mining camp. What are you doing? Alright, where do your archers need to be? Protecting the gold, right? So why are they down here? They should just be here. You're trying to get your gold back. Keep your archers near the gold. If he tries to raid your wood line with spearmen, he's gonna get hit by TC. So just keep him by the gold. Keep getting wood. Drop a tower, and then start making knights with your archers. Protect the spot you need. There you go. There you go. Nice, 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 nice. Why are we on this goal down here? What's the point? That gold's even farther from your base. Take this one. No, why are we splitting between 2 golds now? Okay, I like this. Coming back, we're gonna be aggressive. He should not be on the berries right now. You have 2 horsemen, 3 horsemen. Push him off the berries. Just keep making archers. The game plan here is pretty simple. His rush didn't actually do that well. It really didn't. All you have to maybe make sure is that you don't overreact. So you have plenty of resources. Just start making knights. Start making archers. Pick 1 gold mine to stay at and push. You know what's fine about staying at this gold mine down here? If you're going to push down this way, you're actually protecting it by just being aggressive on the south side. So that's fine. And then what you can do is you can drop mills on the side here and get the shoreline fish. Or you can take berries because we're about to run out of sheep. What sucks is that this north side has the food that you'd want. Deer, boar, things like that. But you do have a deer pack up here. But anyway. Just attack. Just attack. Like, the weakness of these rushes is that if they doesn't delay you long enough, they've actually opened themselves up to a huge counter attack. Why aren't you making knights? Okay, so Byzantines, attack the berries. Especially if they do the winery like this, attack the berries. Okay, horsemen show up. You need all these archers. Attack his berries, they're right there. Watch your camera here for a second. Okay, got the tower up, love it. Don't have more than 5 vills there. Or put up a second tower. Run, 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 run. So he's gonna try to horseman archer is the counter to, horseman spear is the counter to knight archer. You just need more knights. If you can get enough knights, you have a good amount of archers right now. You just need more knights. You're gonna add spearmen. I'm kind of against this because you're making less knights. But also a couple spearmen do really help in stopping the horsemen. I just don't overdo the spearmen. Make like 4 or 5 spearmen, but then you should be mostly doing knights. If you just make more knights, you will win. Make more knights, make archers, you'll be fine. But if you go too heavy into spearmen, you're playing into what they want to do. Okay, so when you have a moment here, pause, look at your stuff. You're making villagers, great. Look at your eco. What do you have a lot of? What do you need more of? I'm gonna make archers and spearmen. I need more wood, great. I need to keep making knights. I need my upgrades. Get wheelbarrow. You got double rod axe, great. Get wheelbarrow. Get horticulture. You're gonna be on berries. And then blacksmith, great. Get arrow attack. Get arrow defense, great, great, great. But like get your upgrades as well. Spend your resources. The key to playing well is spending your resources. Always be making units, always be making villagers. I don't like you splitting between 2 gold mines. Don't do that. Just make a second tower and have 10 villagers on this gold. Okay, now we're going to go harass. I would honestly bring all my units, but maybe you want to wait for the spearmen first. Always be making units. So the fact right now you have no units queued is a huge issue. You have no knights queued. You have no archers queued. Queue units at all times. I put all of my units on 4, and then part of my like cycle I'm always doing, I'm making villagers. I click 4. I tab. You can click tab to tab the options. I'm making units. Always, always, always be making units. You want to spend your resources. Good catch here. Nice, nice, nice. See, and this is why you don't want to make spearmen, because these longbows are going to tear them up. I don't like the angle you took on that. You need to go down and around, because these horsemen will chase. And this is the issue of harassing. If you don't have enough knights, is that the horsemen will chain you down. So you really need to have a bigger mass of knights, so that if once you get the space away from the spearmen, you can turn and fight the horsemen with your knights. Now he's just going to slowly kill these knights as you run across the map. But you have so much on gold, and you're not making enough knights. And once again, I think the archer's just going to die to longbow. The spearman's just going to die to longbows. I'd rather you just do pure knights and archers. You're going to go pop the scout up here. Okay. Why are we getting stone for the towers? Is it stone for the towers? Why are we getting stone? You need food, my man. Look how much food you have. You're adding farms. Nice micro, honestly. Oh, he just got that. Man. The lack of knights here is killing you. Because once you kill those spears, 3 or 4 knights wipe these longbows, and those are olive oil longbows. So those take time for him to get. That would have been huge for you if you had done that. Instead, now he is keeping his longbows alive, which is his most important unit at this point. I am honestly not a huge fan of this much stone. You've gathered 380 stone for what purpose? You have 1,200 gold for what purpose? It's because you didn't focus on the resource you need, which is food. More knights win this. Here's the thing, if you make spearmen, just getting knights and archers, you'll probably win it. Having a few spearmen's fine, but like the lack of knights is what's killing you here, and the eco decisions you made is what's really killing you here. You went to berries, which is the worst food source, onto farms, which is the second worst food source and costs wood, so now you have no food for units when you have deer, berries, deer, boar. If you're afraid of getting raided while this is happening, do 5-5. So like a tower, 5 villagers, a tower, 5 villagers. Put 8 villagers, 2 towers. The point being is, and then you could wall from this to this, and that cancels out this side, and then you're good. But the point being is, also you could do mills on the shoreline fish, which are very, very good food resource. But going to farms this early is so killer for your ecos, French, because you need so much food, and him forcing you off of knights is exactly what he wants. Now you're a much weaker civ in comparison, and this all stems from after you first made archers, it took you too long. You were chasing him around, trying to your eco advantage is nice though. You have 14 more vills, so he's been struggling to make vills, so you're actually doing okay. If you can just beat this massive longbows, you're fine. If you have this much gold, drop a market and buy stuff with the gold, because you have so much gold. You have enough gold as if you're making knights out of 2 stables, but you're not. You're barely making knights at all. But anyway, as I was saying, the second you aged up and there's no tower, you should just make 3 archers, made a tower, took this gold back, bid on this gold, and then just making knights, and then immediately crossing and attacking. You had a chance to push them off berries really early there, you missed it. Always push them off berries. We're actually not in an awful spot. Just protect your vills and mass up. You need knights so badly. What are we doing? What are we doing? You just let 4 villagers die. Oh man. Please tell me you're going on the deer. I'm watching your camera here, you're not moving. No, not Spearman Knights. He is only ranged right now. Also, if you're gonna make farms like this, make them right in the TC so they're safer. These are outside TC range, put them right here. I don't know why you want to protect the spot here. Just put the farms here. Have them safe. Get survival techniques when you're on deer. My man, just drop a market. Drop a market and buy some food. Buy. I still don't know what you got the stone for. Was it for a second TC? I want 2 more stables here. I want pure knights. You're queuing 2 knights at a time. Pure knights. Pure knights. Now we're getting on food. This is a lot better. Get survival techniques. 1 knight to go. Yeah. Go scout. Go scout. You don't look at what he's doing. This is not an amazing army. I'm telling you, man. Just mass knights, enough archers to start killing the spears, and you win this. Second TC. Okay, if you're gonna do second TC, you gotta play super conservative, so you can get the second TC up and pumping. What's building the second TC? No, do not build the second TC with 3 units, with 3 villagers. Build the second TC with 10 villagers. You want to get that thing up quickly. Second, you're aging up. Make units. He's been making units attacking you. You're going to age up. You don't know what's going to happen. You're going to age up. He's going to attack you. You're going to die because you don't have enough units. You had so many resources. Spend them. Make units. Make more production. Just keep making units. Especially if you're going to drop a second TC, don't age up as you're dropping a second TC. Either drop the second TC and make units, or age up and make units. Now you have no units, and you know he's been aggressive. He's probably making more. Like, go scout. Before dropping the age up, go scout first. Is he making a lot of units? If so, you need to make units. But, oh man. Oh, here he comes. You're just not spending your resources. You're floating 1,000 wood, you're floating 1,000 gold. Your goal should always be spending your resources. Spend your resources. Yeah, I just threw the knights away. Yep, that's a lot of longbows. And that's kind of the goal of Byzantine, is never lose your mercenaries, keep building up a mass of them, and you'll be fine. This is also why going into Spearmen is such a tough move here. And here's a commitment difference. This is the example of committing versus not committing. This man committed to fighting Union Feudal. He committed to it. He spent his resources. He got an army. He lost multiple engagements, still kept pushing, made another army and pushed. You did not commit to anything. You didn't commit to really fighting. You didn't really commit to a second TC. You didn't really commit to castle. You did a little bit of everything, and that's why you lost. You gotta commit to something. And often if you don't know what to do, the easiest thing to commit to is units. Because if you were making a lot of units and he went castle, you could attack and probably kill him. Because he doesn't have units. So just make units. And stick to your power units, your knights. I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. And anyone watching, good luck on your games.